Hey everybody, this is my 40-gallon waterfall tank. Getting distracted by my gourami in there chasing my skirt tetras around. Anyway, I'm just doing a quick update on the progress we're making here in my 40-gallon waterfall tank. I just cleaned it up tonight. I'm going to be shooting some video in front of it tomorrow morning probably, and I wanted it to be looking a little nicer than it was. The glass was all filthy and dirty, not from the inside actually, but from the outside. The splashing that I get from this tank dries up and evaporates and leaves behind the dissolved mineral salts all over the glass, and so I get that white sort of crusty crud all over the glass, and I've got to wipe that off from the outside in order to be able to see into the actual waterfall tank. On a little side note, I did double check. We do still have living ghost shrimp in this tank, so that's several years and running. I don't know if they're in there breeding or if ghost shrimp live a lot longer than people think they do, but I do just still have at least a couple ghost shrimp in there. More to the point, a couple days ago I started doing a Chemiclean treatment on this tank. My old friend Cyanobacteria has reared its ugly head in this tank again and was getting just a little more problematic than I wanted it to be. Normally when I get in there and do water change, I will do a fairly significant gravel vacuum. This tank doesn't have very good circulation. It doesn't have really standard filtration, and I wind up collecting mulm in this tank like it's nobody's business. And when I do a water change, I can really vac a lot of that stuff out of there. So while I'm in there spending the time doing that, it's not that big a deal to just sort of scrape up some of the cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria is a colonizing type of organism, and it comes off in sheets. It's really easy to remove. And so I can usually keep on top of it just by doing mechanical removal, you know, just physically removing it when I do water changes. But from time to time, either I get a little lax or whatever, and it just gets on top of me and it gets a little more, you know, coverage in there than I want. And that's when I go ahead and do a Chemiclean treatment, and that's what we're doing now. So if you remember what this tank looks like, I will try to find a clip and put sort of like a before and after type clip so you can see what this looked like before I started the treatment a couple days ago. So hopefully you just got to see how really green and gross everything was, and this has been I'll say one treatment, but with an asterisk. I did the treatment about 3 days ago, I guess, maybe 4 days ago now. I started the treatment, and I didn't do a huge overdose of the treatment, but I did put, you know, some hefty, well-rounded scoops in there when I was scooping the Chemiclean in. I did not flatten them out, so we can call it a slight overdose. And then after 2 days, I took the container. It comes in a small container about yay size, and it's just got a little bit of powder in there. I just took the lid off, and honestly I just went and just put a little sprinkle across the surface 2 days ago. So that was kind of a second treatment, but it was probably only about 2 or 3 scoops. I probably didn't even do a full treatment. I was just kind of doing like a booster shot for the original treatment. So that's where we are now. That's where we stand tonight. I did a big water change. I got a lot of that stuff out of there. I'm not going to do another treatment tonight because, again, I want to shoot some video in front of this tank, which means I'm going to remove the air stone. And if I did a treatment, I'd get all that sort of sudsy appearance on the surface of the water while it was in there doing its thing, and I don't want that in my video. So I'm going to wait till after my video. I'll put the air stone back in, and then we will continue doing more of a treatment. My goal here is not to completely eradicate it out of this tank. I will never do that. If you look closely, and you don't even have to look very closely, but all of that really dark green, that's all cyanobacteria and algae. You know, this tank grows very much like a natural sort of outdoor environment, and my job, as I see it, is to sort of maintain that at a reasonably, you know, aesthetically appealing, you know, medium somewhere, I guess you could say. I'm trying to keep it somewhere between au naturel and just looking gross and out of control and scum growing on the surface and, you know, the kind of stuff you can see in ponds somewhere and stuff like that. Anyway, I feel like I'm starting to ramble, and that's always a good sign to end the video. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. We got some good stuff coming up. Going to be making some sort of changes. You'll see what's going on. So as I said, if you're subscribed, you won't miss that or anything else. And of course, you'll get to see the follow-up videos when we finish up doing whatever amount of treatment we're ultimately going to do on this tank. Getting excited. You can see those are tulips starting to sprout. Those are daffodils. You can see a couple of little green shoots coming up. And I've got some more daffodils over here, but those, as of yet, have not started to come up or do anything. So hopefully we'll be having some nice early spring flowers down here around the waterfall in the fish room. So again, subscribe. You won't miss any of that. Thanks again for watching. See you real soon in the next one.